since my dad used to tell me he would come into the house to get me. He ain't show valuable lesson, man, I had to grow up. That's why I never ask for help. I do it for you, then do it for myself. I go 0 to 100 real quick.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson welcoming you.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come from.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come from.
Hit on my laps in the gym, the sweat ran off my skin. They thought I ran out of breath, but I was just catching my wind. That only happens to them. I gotta capture my win. I practice 31 days a month and I practice again. Was born equipped with sportsmanship, so I just laugh and I grin. Victory is my objective, I don't have to pretend. Spread my wings like an eagle and let them flap in the wind. No guts, no glory, no pain, no gain. These are actions of men. My
It's the home of the Clippers here in Los Angeles as 2K Sports presents our action live from the Staples Center. You're in for a treat as we bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. You look at Brooklyn. This game's going to be a challenge for them. Facing one of the top-tier teams in the league, they'll have to be at their best to steal a win here.
Yeah, and remember, this is the second and final time these teams will see one another, so they're going to want to ensure things turn out a bit differently this time around. I expect them to be as aggressive as we've seen all season.
Oh, for sure. I mean, they'll have to come out strong to get a different result. Losses happen. It's how you respond that really matters in this league. You got to be able to bounce back.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Brook Lopez. Young is out there with Bogdanovich. Then there's Wayne Ellington, and it's Sloan in at the point guard position. Well, at this point in his career, Clark, it's safe to call Chris Paul one of the all-time great point guards.
Yeah, without question. I mean, for a long time, it was hard to argue that Chris Paul wasn't the top point guard in the league. Even now, you can make arguments for others, but Paul is always going to be in the conversation.
Here's Jordan. After the basket by Brooklyn. Redick for three. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
I had a chance to talk with the head coach for Brooklyn. He's looking to even the score in this season series with a win of their own. He told me they can certainly play better than they did the last time and said with their defense and shot blocking, they're planning to make matters difficult at that end of the floor. Kevin, let's see if they can lock them up.
Thanks, Doris. And as Doris provided the details, guys, the way they plan to attack defensively will be key early on, won't it?
Absolutely. And if that's the strategy, they've got to be full of energy, full intensity right off the bat.
And that's a real pillar to any successful defense when you talk about intensity. I mean, you can't go half-heartedly or halfway.
I don't know. Maybe they're still working out the kinks on D because that clearly was a breakdown.
Paul kicks to Mba'amute. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Mba'amute's got his first 3 points of the game.
A good open look, and he splashes home the three.
Here's Sloan, defended by Paul. Sloan passes to Lopez, and he slams it one-handed.
Plain one-hand flush. I love it.
Clark, I think he got a few more inches on his vertical by going with the spike.
Yeah, the one hand lets you get up higher.
No doubt about it. At least it looks like that from this angle.
Jordan dishes to Redick. A three-pointer off the mark. The Nets have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter.
And really, the last few seasons, the Clippers have been one of the most consistently strong teams in the league. A far cry from when they were a bottom feeder back in the day. They have become one of the premier franchises in the NBA.
Just 2 to shoot. The shot by Ellington, no good. The Clippers have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. And Redick kicks to Mbamute. Now Ellington. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Utah Jazz. Screened by Young. Here's Sloan. Young inside. Pierce covering. Young's shot is off. Greg, as you said about the Clippers, the days of finishing near the bottom every year are over. Clark, a lot of that is Doc Rivers.
Exactly. Since 2012, Kevin, they have had the 3rd best record in the NBA. A lot of loyal fans stuck it out with the team during the dark days, and now they're reaping the fruit.
Bogdanovich passes to Young, and he gets that one to go off the front iron.
And really, that's what you want every time down the floor. A simple, high-percentage shot.
Paul outside. For the 3. No good.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Here's Ellington. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Ellington's got his first basket of the night.
Make it 10 of their last 12 points coming off assists.
You have to love the ball movement.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And if you look at the numbers, guys, I mean, what jumps out at you is the balance they had offensively.
Very satisfying road win because you're right. There was tremendous balance displayed. I mean, the crowd was basically stunned at how they were able to dismantle that defense.
Here's Larkin. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. To the wing right side. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Clippers trail by 4. Johnson attacking. There's the dish to Aldridge. Kicks it out to Crawford. The Clippers keep it alive. On the wing, Jamal Crawford. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
There's 49 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Larkin. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Here's Reed. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
And both free throws good for Reed. Here's Prigioni. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
That's good. Here's Larkin. It's a 3-point game. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Brown against Crawford. It's Brown with the drive. Karasov. Let's keep it alive. Reed misses.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. It's the Nets. They lead by 1. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And you talk to Chris Paul, and it's clear he was born to play the point guard position.
Fortunately, I've always been vertically challenged, so I've never had to play power forward or center on anybody's team. I've been passing and getting into the lane, dishing the ball off to a teammate, helping people score my entire career.
Vertically challenged, that's classic coming from Chris Paul, but you know, seriously, Greg, he's taken that challenge and made the most of what he's got. A terrific player.
Really, and you know what? He's actually turned that challenge on his head when he goes right at much bigger players and uses their size against them.
And off we go. A close game now starting the second quarter. And from Brooklyn, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
You always like it when your team doesn't settle for outside shots, and that's been the case here early on.
Yeah, I agree with you. They've done a nice job, Greg, working it low and not taking the easy way out on offense, keeping that pressure on the defense by going inside.
Setting the floor for the Nets. Shane Larkin is out there with Wayne Ellington. Then it's Young. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3 spot. Lopez, no luck.
And Brook Lopez, guys, started the season as the starting center for the Nets last year, but it didn't end up that way.
Johnson, that's for 2, and that's good for 2. Johnson's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Clippers. Brooklyn trailing. Here's Larkin, looking for his first basket still in this one. It's stolen by Johnson. Lets the 3 fly. Cannot hit. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
And they may have been on the road, but you know what? They nullified any home court disadvantage in that game by how well they shot it from 3.
Shooting can always be a great equalizer. I mean, when you shoot like that from outside, it really makes winning on the road a lot easier.
Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Drops in the tray. Johnson's got 5 points now this quarter.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists. I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Mbah a Moute comes in for Jeff Green. And it's Pierce in for Johnson. And the Nets making a change here as well. Sloan's checked in. And Redick kicks to Paul. He dishes it to Redick. Launches it. Basket made, just his second this contest. He's 2 for 7 now.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the 3-point variety.
And you need the defense to stop the bleeding.
And Sloan kicks to Young beyond the arc, and he gets the bucket. Young's got the game tied up here for the Nets.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer. You come at me with the 3, I'm coming right back with my own triple.
Paul kicks to Jordan. Now here's Redick. Ellington defending. Redick with the bucket.
The lead changes hands once more. There has been no separation between these two teams.
You know, it's made for one heck of an entertaining game. Even when it hasn't been the best basketball being played, it sure has been fun to watch.
Sloan dishes to Young. That's it.
Boy, Doc Rivers keeps on leading his teams to successful seasons. A former coach of the year rarely has a season where his team doesn't meet expectations.
And the Clippers called a 700-win mark as a coach last season. He's climbing the ladder in career wins.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know that Doc oftentimes gets enough credit for the type of coach he is. I mean, as a coach, he is well over 500 in terms of his career win percentage. And how about over 500 in playoff games as well?
A different look for the Clippers. Johnson, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Mbah a Moute. And it's Crawford in for J.J. Redick. Crawford outside. This one for 3. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 3 assists now in this one.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
The kick out to Brown. Shot clock at 5. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Here's Karasov. Rebound by the Clippers.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And here we go. Johnson, the pass to Crawford. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. The pass to Pierce. His first shot coming late. And it's McCullough with the rebound.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Here's Sloan, guarded by Crawford. And Sloan kicks to Carson. Here's Robinson, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Jeff Green picks one up.
And Thomas Robinson has been on a lot of teams here in his short time in the league. Not easy to find a spot when you're always getting moved.
He's off on the second. And for Robinson, the trade's way on him as well. Clarkie said last season that he just wants to prove that he belongs here.
Well, you know, he's yet to find the right fit for a team, but the skill set is clearly there. I mean, he's an NBA player. There's no doubt about that. He looked great for Philadelphia near the end of the year as he got minutes with them.
And guys, Wesley Johnson, 4th overall pick back in the 2011 draft. Everyone thought he would have the jump shot to become a prolific scorer, and Clark, the length to defend at a high level.
Yeah, you know, in his rookie year, he averaged 9 points a game. Last year, his 5th, he averaged 10. I think it's to the point where he is what he is.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Clippers?
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
You know, and getting back to Wesley Johnson, you kind of want to kidnap him and just chain him to a set of weights. I mean, he has all the natural ability in the world to be a difference maker, but he just lacks the strength to do anything with it. I mean, a voracious competitor in college. He's been relegated to marginal production at the pro level, and I really feel like a lot of it times at this level.
It's 9 seconds. We've got 22 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Crawford outside. Pierce inside the three-point line. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Outside, Green. No good on that last second attempt there. And the first half comes to a close. We've got it.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down the first half action for you. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The game was always within a fairly narrow margin, with their largest deficit of the period being 6. They had a nice burst of energy once they got to the second quarter and ended the half holding on to a 4-point lead. And taking a look at the Clippers, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, they're playing some unselfish basketball here tonight, Ernie. Guys aren't trying to take the defense 1-on-5. They're moving the basketball and finding the open man. And then, of course, the open man is finishing. So no problem here tonight.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
Well, they faced an all-out aerial assault, bombs everywhere. But they're still in position to win this game. But they were bombed from deep all half long, Ernie. They need to revamp the perimeter approach on defense. They don't need to take everything away, but they got to make it harder.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We're going to sit right here and wait for the end of the game and talk at you again.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third.
Look at the game for Redick. He's hitting field goals, three-pointers, using all that range he's got in his arsenal.
And Clark, you know that just wears defenders down because they have to follow him all over the floor.
So it's the Clippers now. They lead by 4. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. Luke Mbah-a-Moute in at the 3 spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Here's Sloan. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Over to the left wing. 6 on the shot clock. Shot from the top of the key. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
And it's Pierce in the corner. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Jordan kicks to Redick. The rebound. By Young. Young's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Thaddeus Young provides a lot of things, Clark. Solid on both ends of the floor. You can plug him into almost any lineup and make it work.
Yeah, he's an ideal basketball player because of his versatility. I think that's one of his greatest strengths. Not only can he play the 3 or 4, he can go inside and outside, too.
LA's gone 7 of 15 from 3-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Jordan the screen. Redick for 3. Brooklyn with the rebound. Young's got his 4th rebound in this one.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Ellington kicks to Bogdanovich. He's looking for Lopez and finds him. Can't tie it up as that one misses. The Clippers in the lead. Pass to Jordan, and there's the feed to Paul. Over to the left wing. Pass to Redick. Dishes it to Paul. Puts up a 3. Good. Paul's got 5 points so far.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed. Never in a hurry.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Has shown steady improvement in his game. He entered the league as a spot shooter off the bench. Last season, averaged over 30 minutes a game for the Clippers. He's come a long way.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
I was able to listen in on what the Nets coach was going over with his team. Young was the focus of the discussion, and he wants their offense to run through him. Coach reminded them that he is supposed to be the key factor tonight, and he still wants to see that happen. There's still plenty of basketball left to play, and as we watch how these adjustments play out, Kev, it'll be interesting.
And thanks for that story, Doris. Lopez left side to the left wing. Ellington dishes to Lopez. He kicks it to Young. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And Redick has improved every phase of his game over every year, especially in the area of efficiency. Shooting over 47% from the field last year. And Greg, that by far the highest in his career.
Yeah, and his mid-range jumper last year, just automatic. The turnovers per minute averaged also ridiculously low. It even improved as a defender.
Here's Ellington. Kept alive. And Young kicks to Larkin. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Larkin's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Feeds to Mbah-a-Moute. Right side, Jordan. 3-pointer. Rebound, Brooklyn. Lopez has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Kicks it to Larkin. And it's Lopez at the elbow. It's hauled in by the Clippers. They traveled to Brooklyn last time they faced the Nets, and they came away with a win.
Yeah, and in winning that last game, they attacked the basket aggressively, drew a lot of fouls in that game.
Yeah, it certainly paid off. I mean, free throws and foul trouble for your opponents. Come on now. That's a winning recipe all day long.
Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now, looking at some different sets because of the matchups.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And the Clippers call time here. For Brook Lopez, disciplined impact right off the bat. It just didn't work out.
Yeah, you know, he missed the first 2 games. All hurts his back. For 8 more games, comes back again. He's benched in favor of Miles Plumlee. Just a very disjointed year for Lopez.
And Aldridge sends it back. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Shot's good from Mbah a Moute. Mbah a Moute has got 5 points so far.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim, unabated in stride.
There's a screen. Here's Larkin. Shot is off, and it's the Clippers taking it the other way.
And for Lopez, last year was the first time since he was a rookie that he didn't start every game. I mean, that is a huge shot to your confidence. I don't care who you are or what your circumstances, but you know what? At the end, he rose above it.
Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Larkin. From 12 feet out, McCullough, good. McCullough's got his first points of the night.
Sensational pass. Even in mid-shot, he still saw the open man. You know, on the topic of Lopez last season, ugly beginning, but things got beautiful over the last 2 months. 55% shooting, nearly 20 and 10 a game. Some of the best numbers of his career.
Here's Larkin. 50 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Robinson kicks to Caruso. To the left side wing. Over in the corner, Brown. Passes to Caruso. Larkin in the corner. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Redick for 3. And the shot is good. And now a 10-point Los Angeles lead.
He's really picked up where he left off in the first.
And for Brooklyn, they're shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Larkin kicks to Brown. Here's McCullough. The shot's good. Brown making the play. McCullough's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
Love the assist. I mean, he knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be to create that opportunity.
Mbah a Moute. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
And they clearly are just destroying this group right now from the three-point line.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. I mean, they are fully stretched out trying to stop the three-point shot and still haven't been able to do it.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Clippers ahead. Ending the third quarter with a massive 16-7 run. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. And Brooklyn has possession. They trail by 11. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. Bogdanovich out there with Young. Then there's Wayne Ellington. Then it's Donald Sloan. And it's Lopez in at the 5, down low. And for the Clippers, they're shooting 47% from the floor, getting it done. There's Crawford with the 3. The kick out to Pierce for the 3. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss. Young's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Sloan, defended by Paul. Screen by Young. The dish to Bogdanovich. Out to the right wing. Young outside. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Sloan. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And also, I think it's really led to the rhythm and confidence you've seen from long range tonight throughout the entire game.
Paul with the 3, and he gets the bucket. Paul's got the lead up to 11 now for the Clippers.
got to be demoralizing. They desperately needed a stop, and instead they give up a triple on an open look.
Young, a screen on Paul. Sloan passes to Lopez. He got right to the cup using that screen.
That's what they're hanging their hat on today, fellas. Hard-nosed, smash-mouth play down on the low block.
Old-fashioned, isn't it, my man? Old-fashioned. Pound the rock basketball, and it is definitely working for them.
The tray. Crawford, no luck. Nets trail by 9. Here's Sloan. To the middle. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here. Well, some really terrific numbers for Young. 8 rebounds, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
Los Angeles leading by 6. And it's Paul penetrating, and it's good off the back of the rim and in.
Chris Paul has got that hot hand going.
Timeout called, the Nets. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. All the effort out there on the floor, and these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the battery.
Chris Paul, guys, for the last decade, the best point guard in the NBA. Now, there's some new competition for that distinction, though, with Steph Curry breaking through to NBA stardom. And it's always exciting to watch these two go head-to-head.
I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what the Nets coach was going over with his team. He told his players, guys, we're letting opportunities slip away in transition. Let's push it up the floor, look to score some points in early offense. Kevin, can they pick up the tempo?
How would you compare Chris Paul and Steph Curry?
Well, Steph Curry is just an off-the-chart shooter. I think the best in the history of the game in overall shot making and creativity as far as shooting goes. Paul is more of an orchestrator, a maestro supreme.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there. You know, Paul is playing really well. He has 12 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him.
Boy, for Jamal Crawford, guys, it's been a really good career. Not many guys can maintain his level of quickness after 15 years in the league. I mean, but last season, he finally started to show a little wear and tear.
Here's Bogdanovich. Lopez inside. He's against Jordan. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Lopez. And back to Crawford last season, he was down in field goal and three-point percentage. Plus, he battled with a calf injury that ultimately kept him out of 17, 18 games late in the year.
Yeah, Kevin, but his deep range spread the floor when he was out there. He still has that presence about him that you have to honor him. And he also hits some very timely shots. A dangerous assassin who always needs to be accounted for.
Johnson against Young. Takes it off the glass.
Hey, guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
Clippers leading by 10. Paul with the 3. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss.
But sometimes it's more about what the defense is doing on that possession. They were all over him on the perimeter. Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
A shot by Paul, nobody around. Jordan kicks to Johnson. Paul with the three. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
To the inside, here's Lopez, and it's Brooklyn scoring again.
Excellent execution of the plan there.
Clippers have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. And the pass to Johnson lets the three fly. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 4 assists now tonight.
There's been a huge discrepancy between these teams in their effectiveness from the three-point line.
It has been pronounced, no doubt about it. Definitely a big factor to this point in the game.
Well, Lopez has been great. He's got 14 points and 3 denials.
And we're seeing him at his very best today. Just really a joy to watch.
Well, I know I'm thoroughly enjoying it because he's amazing when he's on top of his game like this.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Mbah a Moute's checked in for Johnson. Pierce comes in for Green, and J.J. Redick is subbed in for Jamal Crawford. Nets trail by 11. And Sloan kicks to Lopez. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Paul's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Pierce for 3. That's good.
Back-to-back threes for him. The defense is slacking off a little.
You've got to respect that 3, or you'll give up points in a hurry.
Here's Sloan, defended by Paul. Here's Lopez. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Lopez has got 9 points here in the second half.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Clippers.
Clark, they simply ran him off the court.
It was all about the transition game. Fast break points, the difference.
And this will push their record to 39 wins in a good effort tonight.
A 2-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
And, Greg, that's a nice feeling to get the sweep. Even though it is a small number, still nice to get that sweep.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Paul. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Clark, they're in good position here to ride it out.
Yeah, they certainly are. I mean, if they just play smart right here, Kevin, this game's pretty much over.
From deep. The rebound by the Nets. Here's Sloan. Here's Ellington. That one off the back iron and out.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
So the Clippers winning this one easily. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, Clark, made the difference.
Well, you know, at this stage, you've got to defend your home floor, and they did that.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, gentlemen, I'm here with Paul Pierce. And tonight, Paul, was it the defense that helped create the separation in this game?
Yeah, I really thought we took control with the defense. We moved the ball, we kept our turnovers down, and, you know, we were able to keep the lead and win the game going away.
It all came together for you, Paul. Thanks for the time. Gentlemen?
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. Now we send you to the award-winning Ernie Johnson, who's standing by in our studio.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Chris Paul. He had just an outstanding fourth-quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game.
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this crowd. Wow. I'm getting jealous, and he feeds off that support. Once they got behind him, he became unstoppable, man.
His field goal percentage was excellent, up over 60%. This was a player in total control of his game. He didn't try to do too much. He didn't get reckless, just took what the defense gave him.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.